Hey everyone, it's Kalaheo Bench from Destination Thrills, and I'm here with a reaction video to Canada's Wonderland 2019 announcement of Yukon Striker. It is going to be a B&M dive machine. It's going to be the world's tallest at 245 feet. That's including the tunnel part, so I think they mean tallest drop, but it could also be the tallest. I don't know the specifics on if it's taller than Valraven or not. The longest dive coaster and the fastest dive coaster at 80 miles per hour. It's raining right now, and I'm stuck in traffic, so I figured that there's nothing better to do than to, well, I'm just barely moving to film this reaction video. So if you hear rain in the background, I apologize for that, or my windshield wipers. But yeah, I mean, my first reaction when I saw this wasn't surprising at all. You know, there were so many details that were uncovered. A shout out to Amusement Insiders, their channel. They did a great job covering this dive coaster from its beginning, from when track first started arriving. They were able to capture what type of manufacturer this was going to be so early on. We knew that it was going to be a dive coaster early on. And just some of the other details that they uncovered. This announcement really wasn't a surprise. If you watch their coverage, this announcement really didn't surprise me at all. The layout wasn't exactly how I thought it was going to be, but it's pretty close to what many knew. It was going to have some sort of layout after the initial gimmick drop. That is always the focus on dive coasters. And that's nice to see that at least there's an attempt at some sort of layout after the dive, that it's not just a dive, a couple turns, and you're done. So, you know, if I was a Canada's Wonderland, you know, fan, or if I was if this was my home park, I would be very excited that I'm getting this edition. I think it's perfect for Canada's Wonderland. I think it's what they need in their lineup. It's a tall, B&M coaster. It should do great with capacity. It should also really draw some crowds to the park, which is a good thing. You want people attending your home park, even if it's busy. It keeps your park open, and it keeps new and exciting things coming to your home park. So that's good news. Also, you know, this is going to be, if I were getting a dive coaster, I would be very happy with this layout, because dive coasters in general, they don't have that long, exciting layout, and this at least seems to be one of the more unique, is what they're describing, and I would agree, it seems to be one of the more unique layouts. Though I'll be honest with you, for those who were expecting so much more, I've heard on social media that people were expecting, oh, I expected more, I expected it to be bigger, longer. Well, it's a dive coaster, and B&M specifically made these dive machines to really focus on the big initial first drop, and then kind of have a fun way of taking you back to the station. And this is not, if they wanted a long looping layout, they would have built a floorless or a wing coaster. This is not what that's for. The dive coasters are for that big drop, and the focus, the focal point is on that drop. That's why they hold you for 3 seconds. I mean, that's why it's 90 degrees, and they even do that long turnaround so you have time to think. I mean, for the general public, this is going to be an amazing coaster for them. It's something that they're going to tell their friends, like, oh, did you know I did Yukon Striker? You know, it held you at the top and it dropped you 90 degrees. I mean, for them, that is huge. And I think a lot of us coaster enthusiasts forget that these, yes, parks pay attention to us coaster enthusiasts, but their main focus is on the general public, because that's what brings the masses. You can't just appease the coaster enthusiasts, because we like extreme roller coasters, and sometimes the best roller coaster, the one that's going to be the best business model, is not the most extreme one, but something that is easily marketable, like this coaster, like most dive coasters. Something that is kind of different and has some sort of gimmicky part to it, and dive coasters are just perfect for that. So I think it's a great addition. I would be happy. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people complaining about it not being what they thought it would be, and I mean, it's a dive coaster. Wasn't going to break away from most modes of dive coasters, which is focus on that first drop and bring it back to the station. I would be happy that you're even going to get what seems to be an Immelman and a 0G roll and a loop and a dive into a trench. I mean, that's a lot more than a lot of other dive coasters out there. So, as far as the layout's concerned, I like it. I don't think this is going to be #1 at the park. Maybe if you are, maybe if Canada's Wonderland is your home park, it's going to be your #1. And I think, with new coasters, that tends to be the thing. Like, when you get a new one, it's like, oh, this is a #1, because it's just something new and exciting that has been different than what you've been used to, especially if you attend the park regularly. So, for those whose home park is Canada's Wonderland, they may consider it the #1 in the park. But I think for me, like, if I were to visit next year, it would be my first time ever going to Canada's Wonderland. I think maybe #3 or #4 in the park for me. But like I said, it looks cool, and as a coaster enthusiast, I'm happy to see this coaster being built and more new attractions being opened. The only thing that sort of, I don't want to say disappointed me, because I wasn't really expecting much in the first place, but it was kind of like, the name, yeah, I get it, it's going to be open with a new themed area, Frontier Canada, so it follows a theme, but Yukon Striker, I don't know, I just, I try to think of me telling my friends of all the coasters I've been on, and they're like, yeah, I've been on this one called Yukon Striker, like, I don't know. Honestly, it's not as bad as Steel Curtain, but I think 2019 is going to be the year of the bad coaster names for some reason. We'll see if Six Flags will try and outdo Cedar Fair and Kennywood on worst coaster names for 2019. But, it is what it is. But it just, that part I was like, Yukon Striker? I was like, there's so much cool names out there, and that's what they went with. But, again, it goes with the theming at least. And the long mid-course brake run, I'm not a coaster designer, but I feel like, couldn't you have just done something, couldn't you have just add something that would have cost you more to do a different, maybe even just like a small bunny hill? I don't get the long, drawn-out mid-course brake run, and then it goes, like, after the mid-course, it's just kind of like a drop and a slow healing. So that was the only part that I was like, oh, that's kind of dumb. But like I said, there's an actual full layout before that, and it's a dive coaster, so I wasn't expecting much in the first place. So anyway, that's my thoughts on Yukon Striker. Definitely check out Canada's Wonderland website to see more details on the coaster and the full layout video. And thank you for watching this video. Give this a like if you like it, and subscribe to our channel for more theme park coverage. Have a great day, guys. Bye.